Howdy! Here we have a 1967 Mercedes-Benz W108 250S. Last week I shot a bunch of footage for this car and I lost it due to not saving the files correctly. So I'm going to try this again. The purpose of this video is to give a short overview about the transmission used in this vehicle. On the driver's side of the transmission, we can review the ID tag of this transmission. The important numbers here are 230 SLE. By confirming the ID tag of 230 SLE, we can determine that this is a K4A025 Automatic Gearbox. It was used up to chassis 3651 on the 250S. The automatic gearbox utilizes an electrical circuit that is powered by fuse number 3. This fuse must be functioning for the gearbox to work correctly. The electrical circuit consists of 3 major parts. The first part of the circuit that I will discuss is the idle lifting circuit located on the front Zenith carburetor. The 250S utilizes dual carburetors manufactured by Zenith. The switch, manufactured by Mercedes-Benz, is commonly called an idle lifting circuit. The switch on this car is non-functioning. If it was functioning, it would have 2 wires connected to it. The purpose of this switch is to aid in deceleration. For testing purposes, I have hooked up an on-off switch in the interior of the vehicle to replace the switch on the carburetor. The second part of the circuit exists behind the gas pedal. It's yet another on-off switch. On the passenger side of the transmission hump, there's an access panel that can be removed, exposing the third part of the circuit, which is a 3-position solenoid. The 3-position solenoid is connected to linkage that is connected to a vacuum modulator. Now that I've gone over the 3 major parts of the automatic gearbox circuit, let's discuss the function of the 3 parts. The idle lifting switch located on the front Zenith carburetor, when functioning, sends information to the transmission circuit, basically telling it whether you are at idle or revving beyond idle. The switch located behind the gas pedal activates kickdown, downshifting the trans under hard acceleration. Depending on the activity of the mentioned switches, the 3-position solenoid is activated. This solenoid, in its 3 positions, adjusts the vacuum modulator. This determines the quality of the shift. The 3 positions of this solenoid consist of normal driving, kick down, and deceleration, all affecting the modulator pressure. Once all 3 modes of the automatic gearbox circuit have been confirmed functional, one is able to make further adjustments for a smoother shift. On this vehicle, the linkage between the 3-position solenoid and the vacuum modulator is loose. I will be taking up the slack by lengthening the linkage to give the solenoid full potential travel. This will be achieved at the passenger side access port previously mentioned in this video. Furthermore, after adjusting the linkage, one can adjust the vacuum modulator by decreasing or increasing the vacuum pressure. On the lower passenger side of the transmission gearbox, the modulator can be adjusted by loosening the lock nut and then tightening or loosening an adjustment nut to achieve correct shifting environments. On this vehicle, I suspect that the vacuum pressure is too high. I will be loosening the lock nut and turning the vacuum modulator adjustment screw to decrease the vacuum pressure, thus decreasing hard shifts. On the passenger side of the vehicle, at the gearbox, the vacuum modulator can be adjusted at this point by removing the locking nut and turning this screw. One can adjust it by increasing pressure or reducing pressure. On this vehicle, I have reduced the vacuum pressure by turning the adjustment counterclockwise 3/4 of a turn to give the shift during driving that I am happy with. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I've brought some clarity to the W108 automatic gearbox. There's not a lot of information out there on YouTube or on the internet in general about this system. And that's pretty much why I made this video. I wanted to help others, as when I picked up this vehicle it suffered from hard shifts and other ailments. I've since gone through the system through simple diagnosing and a few adjustments, and the car is much easier to drive. I'm still in the process of trying to locate the idle lifting switch mounted on the front Zenith carburetor. If anybody out there has one that they can part with that is functional, it would be greatly appreciated. Mercedes sells the switch brand new, but they want a lot of money for it, and at this time I'm not allocated to give those kind of funds to the vehicle. My goal right now is just to keep it running. Later down the road, this car will probably go through a restoration, but at this time my goals are for purchasing a house and not restoring my vintage Mercedes. I'd also like to point out that throughout this video I mentioned passenger side and driver's side. This is a US spec model, so it is a left-hand drive. Thank you for watching, and I hope to upload more videos soon. I've been very busy, but I'm always thinking about my next upload. Thank you.